Would you like to create more success and fulfillment in your business and your life simply by being more of who you uniquely are? That's your brand, that's your niche, and that's what draws your ideal clients to you. So I'm super excited. We have Ilana Shapiro-Yadav as our special guest today. Ilana is a grief recovery specialist, so she specializes in helping people be who they really are. And we're going to be chatting with Ilana about what being authentic is about for her and her business. And we're going to be doing a little clearing and helping you up-level your energy so you can be more uniquely you. So I'm going to bring Ilana out here in a minute, but before I do that, I want you to do a couple of things because I want you to get the most out of this as possible. I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to ask yourself, first of all, what would your life look like or your business would look like if you allowed yourself to be more you, to really be more uniquely you than you're already being even, so people can see your uniqueness, really see your uniqueness, your unique self. What would your life look like, or your business, or both? Okay, so just think about that. And then what I'd like you to ask yourself is, what is in the way of you doing that? What is in the way? Okay. Okay, great. So now I want to introduce Ilana. Ilana Shapiro-Yadav is an advanced certified grief recovery specialist and works with individuals and corporations. She is the founder of the Eric A. Shapiro MD Memorial Fund, which supports women and girls in developing countries. Hello, Ilana.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Oh, thanks for being on the show. I really appreciate you being on the show today. And I love, 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 love what you want to talk about today, which is honoring your uniqueness, your authentic, unique self. Yes. So let's dig into this. So tell me more about what's coming up for you around you and your uniqueness, especially around your business. What's been coming up for you? What's there that you want to get more clarity on or move to that next level around it?
Yeah, it's such a great question on so many levels because I've growing up, I always was pretty good about walking to the beat of my own drum and listening to my own music, wearing my own clothes. I didn't care much for that, but when I became an entrepreneur and opened my business, all of a sudden I just started to get imposter syndrome. I started to just wonder, if I really do this like my way, can I be successful? Can't, and like, do I deserve to be successful? Can I really do what I love and what I'm good at and, you know, help keep the lights on in my house? And so I really started to doubt myself and then think, okay, well, there's all these other people who've done this successfully. Maybe I need to do it the way that they're doing it. And maybe I need to do something different, where even in my heart, in my gut, I was like, no, this is the way that I need to do it. And to just, that was a really hard thing for me when I founded my company. And, it took me many months to kind of start to work through that and to really build my confidence around me, and know that my clients love me because I do things my way, and that people are going to be attracted to work with me because of me, not because I'm doing something like someone else is doing it. But it's a hard thing to come back to over and over again, as shifts happen. And now I'm working with a partner, and we've been working with corporations and building out grief and bereavement programs, and it's incredible. But also, I have to constantly like remind myself, like, people want to work with us, people want to work with me because of who I am and the way I do things. Not, they wouldn't want to work with me because I do it just like, someone else.
Right, right, right. So you're saying it's like you have to keep reminding yourself of that. Is that what I'm hearing? Kind of like you want to make sure that you bring yourself back to that so that you stay in that authentic place? Am I hearing that right?
Yeah, because then sometimes I fall prey to the whole imposter syndrome thing, and or I'll see someone else like doing something and be like, oh, should I do it that way? But I really want to do it this way. And there's all the things like online, like this is how you should brand, this is how you should message, and this and that. And it doesn't like if there's no one size fits all for everyone. And so I just have to remind myself, like, okay, well, this really works for me. This doesn't work for me, and that's okay. But it's I feel like it's a constant, I have to constantly remember that.
Yes, yes, yes. So it sounds to me like you're really wanting to trust yourself
Mm.
and trust your gut and your intuition about what's right for you to be doing. Right. So you don't get caught up in that. Does that sound right?
Oh yeah, like when I trust myself, magic happens. It's when I start to doubt myself and have all those like my inner voice critic. I named her Cruella Deville, Cruella for short. To try to bring some levity there. But yeah, when I start to doubt myself, then I question everything. But when I just forget all that and I'm in the flow, it's magical what can happen.
Mm-hmm. So let's have you think about being in the flow where you're trusting yourself. Like you're saying, you're trusting yourself and you're letting the magic happen, right? You're in that place of self-trust. You're in that place of trusting your intuition, and you stay in that place. And just think about that. And I'm going to look at your energy field now and see what is going on in your field when you think about that. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so here are your colors. So the first color I see is you have this orange in your crown. This is really cool, Alana. This is totally cool because this is you really getting how important it is for you to trust yourself and realizing that you need to really make this a priority. Part of you knows this is super important. I need to trust this higher guidance that's wanting to guide me and being my unique self so I can reach the people that are meant to work with me. It's like you really get that. And it's there. And so it's like, this is the part of you that knows how important it is for you to trust your intuition. And which is great because this will bring you back to self-trust. This is the part of you that brings you back when you go out of self-trust, right? When you go out of losing that connection. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So then the next color I see is you have yellow in your sixth chakra. This is also really great because yellow is the color of the third chakra, which is confidence, which is I can do this, I'm good at this, I can handle whatever's going on. You're in touch with your gifts, you're in touch with your skills. You've got this in your sixth chakra. So this is you really getting that as long as you stay in that place of self-belief and positive and holding a positive outcome and seeing your positive path forward, which means honoring your path, that you will stay on track and you will create success and fulfillment because you're honoring who you really are. You're honoring your path, you're honoring your vision, you're honoring your mission, and you will draw the right people and situations to you. So this is really great. So these two parts of you are really, and this is also really great. These two parts of you are really in alignment with you creating your vision and staying on your path, which is wonderful. So then the next color I see is you have light blue. This is also another great color because this is you saying, I want to just go with the flow of my intuition, of my higher guidance, and stay in that flow and do it and go with it. This is the part of you that knows how to be in the flow and wants to be in the flow and really helps bring you back when you go out of flow. Okay, so that's really great. So now we're going to talk about the two colors that you are feeling when you go out of flow, this is what's going on. You've got dark blue in your heart chakra. Dark blue is authority energy. So authority energy is when we've been influenced by a mentor or a teacher, or could even be a coach or a parent or somebody who we see as knowing more than we do. And in the heart chakra, it has to do with how we are supposed to be relating to other people. So when we have dark blue in the heart chakra, there's a message in there that's saying, this is who you need to be if you want people to like you. This is how you're supposed to be in relationships so everybody gets along. This is how you need to be if you want other people to accept you as a person. But it's not who you are. You know, it's programming. So is there, I'm not sure if anything specific is coming to mind, but you got some messages, and it could be maybe having to be a super achiever or perfect, or is there anything that in particular that comes up to you when I'm talking about this? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm smiling because yes, there is.
Well,
know,
can you tell a little bit what that is? I mean, because that's where we want to go with that.
Yeah, to be the good girl, education, in my family, it was never a question of, are you going to college? It's which one. And then, grad school. I come from a long line of doctors and lawyers. I've a very smart, hardworking family. But there is always just that unspoken pressure that you do well in school and that you go on and you get a job. And I've never fully fit that model in terms of just, like, I spent 5 years in China, which I loved, and I got to do all these different things and travel a lot. And again, when I stick to my path, it's been amazing. But when I try to go back to what I think I should do, where I think I should get a government job, so I got a master's in public administration, and I love the people I met. I hated it because all I wanted to do was be studying psychology and studying just various aspects of psychology, but I felt like, no, I should get my master's in public administration. That's more along of what I should do. So I do have, what I like my path should have been. Like, I should still be in China. I spent so many years there. So there's definitely a lot of that pull where there's what I want to do, but then there's what I feel like my family expects of me and what people expect.
This is family expectations that are not you, or
Yeah.
cultural expectations that are not you. So it's great that you're really aware that you're being affected by them. That will help you with this, but you're still struggling a little bit about, well, what do I really want? And how to really be fully honoring that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that programming still comes in and can throw you off. So that's what we're looking at in terms of your wanting to go to that next level of flow. Okay, so then the next color I see is you have dark green in your third chakra. So this again is programming or some messages that you got about power. And this is interesting because dark green in the third chakra is when we have a fear that if it can go a couple of ways. Okay, we can have a fear that if we're powerful, we won't have the kinds of relationships we really want. We'll alienate people with our power. Or it can be something like, I don't deserve to be powerful in the way I really want to be powerful. I don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? So there's something in there, and it could be powerful in terms of you being uniquely you and not kind of doing whatever the family's telling you, being powerful in that way. You don't deserve it, something like that. Is that making sense to you?
Yeah, can you remind me where the third chakra is?
Oh yeah, it's right. It's here. So it's the solar plexus. It's like right,
okay.
Yeah, right in your middle abdominal area.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do some clearing. Okay, so I don't know if you're familiar with tapping. Tapping is an energy healing process. So if you're watching this, tap along with us. and we're going to do this energy healing process. So what it is we start, tapping is an energy healing process that works by tapping on a series of acupuncture points to clear out any blockages in the nervous system and the energy system. So we start by tapping on what's called the karate chop point, which is here on the side of your hand. To just go ahead and tap on that. Okay. And then just repeat after me. Just repeat what I'm saying. Even though I have this fear.
Even though I have this fear.
That I can't love myself.
That I can't love myself.
By stepping into the power of my true authentic self.
By stepping into the power of my true authentic self.
And create my successful life and business.
And create my successful life and business.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Fabulous. And now we're going to tap on the top of the head. This is right on the top of the head here. Okay. I can love myself by stepping into the power of my true authentic self.
I can love myself by stepping into the power of my true authentic self.
And create my authentic and fulfilling life and business.
And create my authentic,
successful and fulfilling.
and create my successful and fulfilling life and business.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, great. So Ilona, now when you think about that statement, I can love myself by stepping into the power of my true authentic self and create my fulfilling and successful life and business. What comes into your mind when you think about that statement?
I feel peaceful.
If it makes you feel peaceful,
like,
great.
Yeah, because it makes me feel just in alignment, and like that there doesn't need to be that battle anymore, and I can just focus on being and what I am and who I am and doing. And
fabulous. I love that you said there doesn't have to be that battle, because it really is like a battle when you're battling your programming, because that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's great that you're seeing that, you know, you're kind of seeing the whole dynamic of it. So what I want you to do now is I want you to think about it. Think about, there's no battle. I'm in alignment. I'm doing what I'm meant to do. And I'm totally 100% in flow with it. There's no more battle. I don't have to keep bringing myself back. I'm just doing it and being it. Right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm going to look at your colors. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see what show you this. All right. So here we go. So here are your colors. So now we're going kind of to the next level here. So when you think about staying in flow, staying in alignment, no longer having to battle yourself anymore, or battle the programming, battle all that stuff. So you're just being you and being in flow. Your crown turns white. This is really interesting, because this is the part of you that's going, but how do I do that? So whenever we go into wanting to go to the next level, a lot of times it will be, but how? We'll go into the how. And it's really not about the how as much as feeling into what it is and trusting and going with it. So when you've got white in the crown, this is the part of you that can go into a little bit of too much thinking about it rather than just trusting in and doing it. This is the battle. This is kind of the color of the battle, which is like, well, I don't know, is that right? Well, maybe no, it's not right. I don't know. You know, that's what you feel when you're trying, I know you're laughing, when you're trying to kick out that stuff, okay? So this is, we're going to focus the tapping on this and the stuff down here, because this is you just really wanting to say, hey, you know what? This is the Cruella de Vil too, really, which is like, oh, never good, you know what I mean? So you're wanting to just kick that out and just say, hey, this is what I am. This is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I'm doing, and not go into, oh, no, is that right? So, which we all do, right? Okay. So then the next color I see is you have black and your sixth chakra. So the sixth chakra is seeing what it is that you want and moving towards it. So it has to do with holding your intention, holding your vision, seeing your path forward. So you have black here, and this is really cool. Black is a color that has to do with transition. Black is not bad. Black is a color that has to do with letting go of something that no longer serves you. So this is the part of you that knows, you want to let go of Cruella, you want to let go of that self-doubt, of that second guessing yourself, of all of that. So you can open up to this path and really see your path clearly and trust yourself. And then you bring that to your work, because then other people see that in you and they're like, oh my God, this woman is really good. Because that's when we're experts. That's when we shine our light as experts, is when we are in total self-trust. We're totally trusting our intuition, our inner guidance, and other people see that in us. And that's your path, is to demonstrate that to others so they can do that for themselves. They can trust their hearts. You know what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, great. So then the next color I see, and this is interesting, so we might have to talk about this a little bit because I'm not totally sure what this is.
That scares me. When you say this is interesting.
Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's a pattern. So brown has to do with a pattern that you're in. It's a comfort zone where you do things on automatic pilot. You almost can. I mean, sounds kind of extreme, but it's a habit that you are very comfortable doing, and you're usually very good at it. But part of you knows that it's not totally working and you need to do it differently. So there's something going on about maybe you honoring your uniqueness. I'm not sure, where you know that you have a habit of doing something that you're not totally pleased with and you need to change. Is this making any sense to you at all?
And I think I know exactly what it's referring to.
Oh, can you share that with us?
Yeah, I was before we got on the call, I was having a call with my business partner, and we were just talking about just China shifting our focus with our time and effort, and some of the things that we've been focusing on. We realized we could serve people better and show up better if we completely shifted and did something different. And I realized that too, because I know I feel pressured to have certain offerings when right now there's other offerings that I want to have that I think will really serve people more now, and to do things differently. And I know I have to do things differently. It's just and I know what I have to do. It is a little bit uncomfortable.
Wow.
And so I was like literally just having this conversation an hour ago.
So this is great, because this is when you make the big breakthroughs, is when we break out of our comfort zone. It's like you're opening to that next level. It always feels uncomfortable, even though it's good for you because it's new. But you know that you have to do it if you want to go to that next level. So that's great. You know exactly what it is. So we'll focus the tapping on this to help it be easy for you to do it. Because it's just resistance from fear of, oh, I don't know how to do it. It's just the usual. It's different. It's uncomfortable.
Fear of judgment. Fear of judgment from others, fear of judgment from self, fear of no one, almost worse than judgment is no one seeing or being moved or inspired. So there's like a lot of levels to that, and like fear of being really seen, and like fear of like being successful also.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Breaking out of your comfort zone, it can bring up all your stuff,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we're going to make sure we focus some of the tapping on this comfort zone stuff, because this is big. Okay. So then the next color I see is you have this dark green in your heart chakra. So this is directly related to what we were just saying, which is, oh, do I really deserve this? Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe it's not going to be good enough. Maybe people won't like it. La, 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 la. And it really doesn't have anything to do with truth. It just has to do with the doubts and the fears and all that stuff, fear of success, fear I'm not good at, all that stuff that's in there that's making you hold your energy back a little bit or make you doubt yourself. Okay. So we're going to make sure we address that too with the tapping. So then the next thing I see is you have this dark blue in your third chakra. This again is related to what we're saying here, because dark blue again is authority energy. And so it's the authority of, coaches or teachers or mentors, like you were saying, nobody's doing it this way. You know what I'm saying? When you have the authority energy in your third chakra, for you to step into your power, for you to step into your gifts, for you to step into your real value, you need to kick out all those shoulds about how you told you should do it or what other people are doing, yada, yada, yada. So you can honor what you're here to do, what you're here to bring, and really step into your power as an expert, your unique expertise. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, great. So now we're going to do some tapping on this. I can break out of my comfort zone and open to a new and better vision that will grow my successful business. Keep it simple. Okay. So now we're going to do some tapping on this so we can install this into your nervous system. So we're going to start again by tapping on the karate chop point here, which is on the side of the hand. So I can break out of my comfort zone.
I can break out of my comfort zone.
And open to a new and better vision.
And open to a new and better vision.
That will grow my successful business.
That will grow my successful business.
Okay, great. Okay, wonderful, Alana. So now let's dig into this a little more. I can. So when you think about the statement, I can break out of my comfort zone and open to a new and better vision that will grow my successful business. What are your thoughts about that now? I know you were talking about this a few minutes earlier about change. Yeah.
That I can. Those are my thoughts.
Yes, we like it.
That I can and I will.
And do you have a pretty clear idea of what this new thing is that you want to do, right?
Oh yeah, I've been percolating on it for a long time. It's here. I just need to get it out there.
Okay, great. So what I want you to think about is all systems go. You're just doing it. You're not going, oh, should I do it? I don't know. You're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You're not holding back. You're not hesitating. You're not going, what are they going to think? You're doing it. You're just letting it out there. You're letting your new level, you're letting yourself go to that new level and shine your light at that new level. All right. You thinking about that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So here are your colors when you're thinking about all systems go. Okay. So the first color I see is you have pink in your crown. This is wonderful. I just love this because pink is the color of unconditional love. And when it's in your crown, it's like you are connecting to this higher guidance that's coming from your guardian angels or these higher sources of wisdom that love you unconditionally. I mean, this sounds kind of woo-woo and metaphysical, but it's really true, and I have to talk about it because, when we get these hits and this guidance that's totally not logical, but it's absolutely right for us, it's coming from this guidance. And this is you, the part of you that's tuned into it and letting it support you in moving forward in this direction, and really knowing, you know what, when I tap into this connection of unconditional love that's coming to me from these higher planes, I support everybody in unconditional love, in coming from a place of unconditional love, because that's really what you're about. Your work is about, is allowing people to love themselves, right? Forgive themselves, you know, love their feelings, not reject their feelings, not reject them. You know, isn't that really what it's about? So this is you really wanting to really move into that fully and demonstrate that and share that with the world in this new way that you're thinking about, right? Wonderful. So then the next color I see is you have white in the sixth chakra. So the sixth chakra is seeing what it is that you want and holding in mind what it is that you want. White is like, white is holding yourself to too high of a standard. So when you've got it in the sixth chakra, this is the part of you that you're still trying to let yourself go with this vision that's going, well, I don't know, is that good enough? Maybe it's not good enough. Maybe it's still a little bit of this inner critic that's judging your path forward and judging maybe what's available to you as not good enough when it actually really is. It's like you already have everything you need. You already have all the skills you need, but part of you is not totally trusting that you do. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. It's resonating very deeply.
Okay, good. Okay, great. Because this is huge for entrepreneurs, because we, as entrepreneurs, we are forging our own path, and you need to let yourself see the path forward without criticizing yourself or criticizing the path. Just let yourself go with it, which is what you're really wanting to do. So this will help, the tapping will help with that. So then the next color I see is you have black in your throat, which is really great because it's like you seeing, you know what, I need to do things a different way. I need to go in this new direction. Absolutely. I know I do. Even though I've never done this before, even though it feels a little bit weird because I've never done it, but I know absolutely that I need to let go of the old thing that really I know isn't working and go in this new direction, even though I know I'm going to be on a learning curve. You're on a learning curve. So the thing about black is, let yourself be on a learning curve. It's okay. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to do it perfectly. You've never done it before. So you just let yourself go step by step. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just go step by step and move in that new direction, because that's exactly where you need to be to go to your next level. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just let yourself go and be on that learning curve. That's all you need to do, is let yourself learn this new process, this new method, this new thing that you're going to be doing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So then the next color I see, and this is really interesting. This is one of those hidden things that we want to work on with you, because brown is a comfort zone, and in your heart chakra, it's a comfort zone around how you love yourself. Around how you love yourself. And whenever we go to a new level, we need to love ourselves in a different way. We need to love ourselves in a bigger way. We need to be able to receive in a bigger way. But it can feel out of our comfort zone. Even though, and like you were talking about fear of success, this is fear of success. It's very hidden, because it will be like, I want to be on the conscious level. It's like, oh, I want to be successful. But then there's a part of us who's maybe never had that level of success that's a little bit freaked out by it, right? So that will make you feel a little bit reluctant or uncomfortable about allowing yourself to fully move into that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of what you've been feeling, I think, is this brown, and also the white. But the brown is the hidden piece, which is you want to allow yourself to receive in a bigger way, in a bigger level, and be totally comfortable with that. And also, this also actually is is the energy center that has to do with relationships. So it also has to do with changing your relationships, switching them up a little bit in ways that maybe you haven't been comfortable with, and seeing that that's what you need to do. And when we change our work, we're really changing our relationships, because we're changing how we're relating to people. You know what I'm saying? You're changing the dynamic, you're changing the interaction. But this is like, you need to do that if you want to go to that next level. If you want to go to that next level of fulfillment, you want to change it up. You want to do it differently and get out of that comfort zone and do it in this new and better way that will work better for you and for your clients.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So then the last color I see is you have mustard in this is the second chakra. So this is like below your navel, between your navel and your pubic bone, second chakra. So mustard is a comfort zone, and it's not quite as intense a comfort zone as the brown. It's more like, oh, that would be really good, but oh, it feels a little weird. So in the second chakra, it has to do with values and priorities. So when you've got this in the second chakra, it's like you're wanting to change your priorities, and change your priorities, not necessarily change your values, because I don't know if our values ever really change, but change what's important in terms of what you're honoring and how you're using your time and energy, what you're making important, so that it fits more of who you are now. And it always means, when you're realizing that you need to change your priorities, in the beginning it'll be, well, that feels a little bit weird. But when you know 100% that's what you need to be doing, it feels good, even though it feels uncomfortable. You're like, you know what? It's a little weird, but I've got to make this important. I know it's different. I've got to make this important. This has to be important. I know it does. And then everything else will fall into place. When we get our priorities straight, usually everything else falls into place, because we're putting our energy where it needs to go. We're in alignment. You know what I'm saying? And so this is about you saying, this is how I need to align myself with my priorities and make it important, even though it's new, even though it's different. This is it. Right? Make sense? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, the brown chakra just spoke to me, just like also on a personal level, as an expectant mom, a first-time mom, and like the changes in my body and everything. And like learning to like love myself again as, I get bigger and bigger, and remember, like, I'm growing a child. So there's a lot of transition also in my life, and like getting to be a mom and an entrepreneur and figuring out that dynamic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's really about going with the flow of these new priorities, because it's not just your business. It's absolutely right. You're going to be a mom too. So you need to flow with all these new priorities and go with these changes, even though it feels uncomfortable, because you have so many changes going on right now, Alana, right? So that's probably, you've got a lot at once. Yeah. Okay, so let's work on this. There's a mouthful, but it says it all. I can break out of my comfort zone and love myself in a new and better way by going with the flow of my new priorities and create my successful and fulfilling life and business. Okay? Yes. So now we're going to tap on this. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start again on the karate chop. Okay, so just go ahead and tap right there and repeat after me. I can break out of my comfort zone.
I can break out of my comfort zone.
And love myself in a new and better way.
And love myself in a new and better way.
By going with the flow of my new priorities.
By going with the flow of my new priorities.
And create my successful and fulfilling life and business.
And create my successful and fulfilling life and business.
Excellent. All right. So tell me, Ilana, what are your thoughts? What's your takeaway from what we did today?
Just really, really important to just listen to my inner wisdom, my inner tuition, and that it doesn't have to be hard. I don't have to make everything so hard. That it is allowed to be effortless and to be in flow, and it's okay if something's in flow. It doesn't make it bad. It just maybe means I'm on the right path.
Wow. That's so interesting. You know, that's such a powerful insight, that because I think you hit on a program that so many of us get, that it has to be
Mm.
hard for it to be good. And that's not true at all. You know, if we're in flow and we're in a line, a lot of times it just starts happening without us even hardly having to do anything, because we're so aligned with the outcome. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yes. Oh yes. There's been many cases where I didn't think about the how. I just knew I had to do it. Like the fund I started in memory of my dad. The few people I told at first kind of thought I was a little crazy, but I knew I was going to do it. And it took a little while, but I've raised over $100,000, and it's my, I don't know what I'm doing. I have love and I have energy and excitement around it, and it all comes together.
That's fabulous. So that's really your shining. It's almost like your dad. Oh, this is the pink. This is your dad guiding you, honey. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh my God, this is him coming in, and he wants to help you with your business. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That
He's like, stop complicating it. Just do it. Like with his fund, I just did it. I talked to anyone who would give me the time of day, and I was very, very persistent. And it's been over a decade now that I've had this fund in his honor. And so I know, and the same way with the New York City Marathon that I was running in his honor, it took me 3 tries because I kept breaking bones.
oh my God.
Training. Yeah, so finally by round 3, I was able to run it. But so I know, like, sometimes things take more time than I would like. Things look differently. Like, I did not expect to have so many broken limbs and that it would take 3 years to even get to the starting line.
Oh,
But and so that's just the thing. Like, it takes persistence and dedication.
well,
And
listen, I got to say something here, because you are totally comfortable honoring your dad. You need to be totally comfortable honoring yourself.
I know.
That's the Brown. That's
Yeah.
what I think his spirit is trying to guide you to. That you need to let it in. You
Yeah.
need to honor yourself as much as you honor your dad.
Yeah. That's true.
That's really good. Pretty good.
Very true.
And when you do that, everything, because then you're really in alignment. Then you're really just doing what you're here to be doing, and you won't have that conflict, because it'll
Yeah. And
feel
it's
good.
yeah. And it's even more important now because I'm going to have a daughter. So I want to, instill, positive, strong values in her,
Yeah.
and, not pass down any of my limiting beliefs on her, and just really, give her the best that I possibly can.
Right. Well, as women, we get a lot of programming when we go to step into a new level of power. We get so much programming as women about power that's negative, that's very deeply subconscious, that it can feel like you have to push yourself out of your comfort zone for you to be powerful. To give to other people, like to honor your father, that's kind of in alignment with female cultural programming, because you're honoring him. But when you're honoring yourself, it's like you have to push that programming out. And I think this is great, because this is what you want to do with your daughter too, is let her honor herself, honor her power, honor her gifts, honor her wisdom, and be totally comfortable with it, and be totally comfortable with receiving from other people the respect, the admiration, the get back from sharing her gifts with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much. You were great. What a great guest.
Thank thank you. It was I this I have very limited exposure to like chakras and coloring, so this is a very new experience for me as well. So thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. I hope you found that helpful. And yeah, it was great having you. So I will talk to you in a minute. I'm just going to put you in the waiting room. And then I'm going to share some things with our viewers, and then we will chat in a minute. Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Ilana.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Well, how was that for you? And did you get any insights? So I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions. I hope you found this helpful, but what are your takeaways from what we did today? Did you get any insights about you and your life and your business, about maybe how you want to change your priorities and open to receiving more, open to loving yourself in a better way? Did you get any insights about that? And what, if you did, what is your next step? What is your next step in becoming more, in doing more, and having more of what you want? What is your next step that you want to manifest that more fully in your world? So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got a lot out of it. Thanks for watching. And I do have a free gift for you today. It's my Inner Wealth Toolkit. And you can get it free. This is a toolkit that I devised to help you identify and release your own inner blocks using a color system that's based on my work with the aura. You can get it free. It's normally $19.97, but you can get it free at bit.ly/Inner Wealth Toolkit. And I hope you pick that up, and I hope you find it helpful. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you give us a like or a love even. That would be fabulous. And have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.